Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day.
Yeah, this one's on the brakes. So you see the rear wheels are off, and let me get on the other side. Probably have a little bit more room. So there are a few things I want to do before the wheels go back on, but I don't think with temperature right now I'm gonna be able to get to it before putting them back on and getting the car out a little bit. So eventually I have 2 cans of the bed liner spray. I want to coat the inside of the wheel well with. Probably touch up this frame too. But what this one's pretty much on is the rear calipers. So the other day I finally figured out the brake line situation. So the other day I was like, oh, let me at least get fluid through the lines, and I started with this one, the farthest one away from the master. So started with this one, and when I took the wheel off, I knew the caliper was a little beat up. It didn't look the best with whoever painted it, or I doubt that's how it came, but it was all chipping. So eventually I have plans to paint them. Well, not these ones. I did get replacements. So I'm gonna go back to when I first got the rear end. It's an 8.5 posi out of a Grand National. Already had the rear disc conversion on it, and the guy I bought it from wasn't sure on which conversion it was, so it was kind of taking a gamble there. But I got the 8.5. It'd have been different if the kit was bolt on, but it is welded on, so that makes it a little bit harder. If I did want to take it off, I'd have to do a lot of cutting, which I really don't want to. So the other day when I was bleeding them, well, when I took the caliper off, you can see the paint was all peeling and everything, which is kind of signs of it was leaking. So after I started getting fluid out, I closed up the nozzle and everything, and then fluid started leaking from the back side. So I was like, you know what, I'm not going to take the chance with these calipers. Got to figure something out. So put a couple pictures up on a couple of the Colorado G-Body page, and then the Classic G-Body Garage. Put up a couple pictures of the calipers and everything, seeing if anybody recognized the brake kit or anything. And at the same time, I was looking on the internet, just had G-Body rear disc conversion kits, and the Jags one was the closest one to this, at least the looks and everything. And they said they ran the 79 Eldorado or Cadillac brakes. And then my buddy Ernesto, he replied on one of my posts saying that they look like the Cadillac calipers. So that's actually what they are. I ended up ordering a set off of eBay for, I believe, is a 80 to 85 Cadillac Seville. They actually had all the measurements and everything out there, and they were exactly the same measurements that I measured. Other places, they really don't have measurements out there, which helped out a lot in this situation. So ended up getting them. They did come in black, so it came in yesterday. I did open one up, so they do come with the parking brake setup and everything. So yeah, new pads and pretty much everything you need to swap it. So got those in. They were about I think like $120 a piece, or for both of them. I do like that it comes with new washers for the banjo fitting, or banjo nut. So I'll be swapping these on today. Really not too difficult. Just have to take the banjo bolt out, swap them over here, and put the slide pins back in, and we should be good to go. But yeah, let me see about this bad liner coating, because I don't want to paint these calipers with the spray, just because I don't want to take them apart. So what I'm gonna do is look for the brush on one for the calipers. So like I said, I'll probably throw them all on, and then later on I'll go back and paint them and clean everything up. Just trying to see if there's a temperature range. So has to be above 50 for this undercoating. Trying to see if I want to tape everything off before the wheels and everything went back on. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. It's exactly 50 in here. So that's the inside temperature. So outside's a little bit cooler. So guess I'm gonna swap the calipers out today. I know it's a lot of talking, but we'll swap the calipers out today. Probably later this week. I think it's gonna be a little bit warmer. I might mask everything off, try to put the undercoating on there, and then while I'm out, pick up some brush on caliper paint and paint those red. The only thing that I'm not finding, so mentioned that the kit the guy didn't know which kit it was, so I kind of narrowed it down to the Summit one. However, the Jegs one. They really don't list the parts individually, so the rotors, have no idea what these came off of, but I measured and I think I found some. The only downside is they're not drilled and slotted. I've hit up Power Stop to see if they had some the same size. They said they didn't right away, or at least not from the measurements I gave them the first time. So I went back, remeasured a little bit, and found some that work from Speedway. So I actually ordered those through. I found them on Speedway, and then just ordered them from Speedway through Amazon. So if I need to return them, I can. But they are pretty much identical for the measurements and the price. I didn't feel like spending $300+ on just 2 rotors. So what I'm thinking now, I'm going to use the solid rotors now, then later on down the road, if it really bothers me, swap them out for drilled and slotted. Or what I could also do, which is what I'm thinking, well no, because they'd mess up the Elko too, because those are drilled and slotted up front. I was thinking ordering the rear disc conversion for the Elko, because I have the 7.5 with the posi waiting to go in it, but it needs a brake set up. So order a rear disc conversion for here, and if it was to come with drilled and slotted rotors, I just transfer them to here, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'll just run the solid ones for now, and then like I said, later on down the road, if it bothers me too much, I'll swap them out. But for now, just trying to get it mobile instead of looking too good. But yeah, that's pretty much it right now. That's kind of where I ran into the problem with, was this rear caliper leaking. I didn't check the other side, even though I just took the wheel and everything off. So hopefully these new ones work. They look exactly the same, so they should work. Eventually I might need an extension for the parking brake. But we'll see when we get there. But yeah, let me stop talking. I've been talking for 10 minutes now. Let me stop talking and get these swapped out. And I want to, yeah, I think I could mask everything off and end up spraying the undercoating in there. Yeah, I might do that. So I'm gonna swap these out, mask everything off, throw the undercoating in there, and then I'll cut you guys back on. So yeah, soon. I'm still waiting for the rotors to come in. Hopefully they get here before Friday. All right, so a little change of plans. Like I said, when it was leaking, it chewed up the paint on the bottom of that bracket, so decided to give it a few coats of paint. So I'll wait for that to dry. In the meantime, come over to the other side and see how that one is. So hopefully not that bad. Oh, it might be a pain to get the parking brake off. I know it's pretty tight when I put it on there, so. Nah, it's gonna come off right when I take the bracket off, so shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, that one's definitely a different size. I'm gonna get this one off. Let you guys know if this one was leaking at all or not, or if I have to paint it. If I have to paint this one, I might as well break out the caliper paint and do a couple coats of that on the new ones and just get those painted now rather than later. But yeah. Alright, so a little quick update. Those are drying. This one came out a little bit better than that one, but I think we'll be alright. And then I decided to tape it off and throw the bed liner or undercoating up on the wheel well, so that's all nice and black instead of overspray. Other side, that looks good too, so definitely making some progress. I said now I just have to play the waiting game, let that dry a little bit, let those dry a little bit, and then start putting everything back together. I wish the rotors were in, but obviously they're not. Let's see, they're in pretty rough condition, so definitely gonna be nice to replace these. Let's see where it's been sitting on the pad for way too long. But yeah, these are the rotors are pretty much ordered Speedway motors. Ordered their, I think they're 11 1/4 inch GM replacement rear rotors, and the measurements were pretty much dead on to those, so it should go on no problem. I said a little disappointed they're not drilled and slotted, but I'm gonna know it now, and if you watch this, you're gonna know it. But somebody just walking by is probably not gonna pay too much attention to it. But yeah, just gonna let those dry and then throw them on. I did touch up this bracket here, so that's all good there. I don't know, I usually just started wearing little rubber gloves, so kind of becoming a fan of them, especially messing with this with the brakes and all the brake fluid and everything. So yeah, but I'm gonna let these dry and then I'll come back out in about, it says an hour, so it's already probably been 20-30 minutes with me having to tape off the wheel well and everything. So I'll probably go inside for another hour, let the undercoating dry, and then come back out and mess with the brakes. But I did vent the garage a little bit, even though it's cold out here, so let all the fumes and everything out. What else? make sure you have enough masking tape before you start masking stuff off, or else electrical tape turns into masking tape. But yeah, I'm gonna let this stuff dry, and I'll come back out either later tonight or tomorrow after work and get some stuff knocked out. But yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that though. If it was white, I think it'd pop or make the wheels pop a little bit more. But with it was black, I think it's gonna hide it a lot. But it definitely looks better than the overspray in there. Yeah, let me stop talking. I've been talking way too much in this video. I know I'm trying to cut back on it. Another thing I'm trying to do is, I know somebody mentioned the intro with just the logo just flashing a little bit. Thought about throwing the old logo back up, or the intro, but a lot of that is just pretty much when I first got the Monty and just tearing that apart. And so much stuff has changed since then, so I don't think I'll do it justice with all the old clips in there. I might try to find a bunch of the shorts I have, throw those up in the intro, and do something new. But until then, you just get the logo. But yeah, let me take a little bit of break, let this stuff dry, and I'll cut you guys back on when I'm back out here throwing the calipers on. And like I said, hopefully the rotors show up in the next couple days. All right, so came out, put the wheels back on, the calipers back on, the old rotors back on just for now. I left the brake pads off. I'll wait till the new rotors get on there in order to put those back on, and then leave the car lifted up and just left the wheels a little loose. They're just snug because everything will come back off. But yeah, it's definitely looks a little bit better with those painted. Everything lined up nice. And yeah, so pretty much everything is ready to come back off for when the new rotors get here. And then once they get here, I'll get the tool to twist the calipers back in, because I know Cadillac is a little different like that, so you got to twist them back in rather than just put the C clamp on there and clamp them back in. Yeah, other than that, I think it looks pretty good, all blacked out behind there. So we'll really see what it looks like once everything's lowered back down and the wheel tucks up a little bit. But for the most part, I think we're going to be good to go. Of course, once the new shiny rotor gets back in there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I think these came in like 2 days, so it's pretty quick shipping. Been using eBay lately to get a lot of parts rather than Amazon, besides the rotors. Yeah. So rotors are the big thing, and then, like I said, the boost controller, that'll come into play here later this week. A coolant overflow tank or reservoir, that'll probably be sitting right about there. A little flexible hose for the lower radiator. Still waiting to get the intake pipe back for the. All right, that was for the low one. So once I get the intake pipe back for the intake pipe, I'll be able to figure out which upper radiator hose I want to use. Get some coolant in here, burp the system, throw a different tune on it, and hopefully be ready to go. So hopefully my buddy hits me up saying the intake's finished and the parts for the windows, so I'll get the windows back in also. Quarter glass is in. It does make a difference. But yeah, just some baby steps here and there. Just trying trying to make it happen. So really need to get that spray. The paint shop, they have a matte and satin spray, so it's not supposed to add gloss to it. But yeah, just sitting in the garage has been getting dusty, so probably grab another bottle or two of that to wipe it down and hopefully get it out next Friday. Well, it'll be in the past by the time this video's out, so yeah. But you guys won't know which Friday it is. Yeah, other than that, I think that's all I wanted to do today. Get those calipers on there and get the old ones off, get the new ones on. Let's see. Yeah, need to clean up these wheels, especially the outside. Have a little bit of overspray on it, so that was my fault, not taping them off or masking them off enough. But yeah, that definitely makes a difference in there. All super dark. But yeah, that's about it. And I'll work on a different intro or outro, but for now, that's all you guys get.